You didn't figure out the chair situation.
It's true. Alright guys, so I'm here with, what's your name?
David Morales.
And David Morales, what do you do?
I am a singer and I'm a piano player. Produce music and I make music and I love music.
Why do you love music?
Music is my passion.
What do you play?
I play piano and I sing.
What I really want to talk to you about today is your whole journey from Nicaragua all the way to New York. So tell me a little bit about like just growing up in Nicaragua.
Well, I was born there and I was raised in Nicaragua for 13 years. So a big chunk of my life, of my childhood, I remember it vividly. My family had a very stable, a very comfortable lifestyle in my country. My dad being a lawyer, and so that's like a profession that's revered with a lot of, you could call it respect, and it's a high status in society. So in my country, we lived a very comfortable life. But you can still see in my country it's a third world country, so you obviously see like the typical aspects of what a third world country is,
like poverty,
accumulation of trash everywhere, inequality as well. But we were the rare exception of having a very comfortable lifestyle in the country. So
And like what do you mean like when you say comfortable? Like what did you have?
People will live in literally houses that they built from scratch. They had no floor. The floor will be just dirt. They have to hustle to find something to eat. There was a lot of homeless people around us. So I had a lot of advantages, such as having AC. I had like maids, the typical maids that will come in and then do the chores for us.
Oh my gosh.
We had electricity, we had computers, we had phones, we had technology. And then I went to private schools, not public, how it is in my country. So it was in a way very privileged and very comfortable.
Okay. And then what made your family like move out?
So that's a story that I'm still trying to wrap my head around.
Oh really?
I know that my dad had mentioned before that there was a plan for us to come here way before we were born. My sister and I were born. It's just that my grandma and my aunt, they live here. They've been living here for more than 20 years. So it's like, hey, you want to come here, give the opportunity to your kids to grow in a different environment. Of course that happened, but then much later than we probably thought. So I would say that the biggest influence will be a pursuit of a much better life, because although we lived in a very comfortable lifestyle, it wasn't stable. I saw that excuse me, don't get scared. That's just the first cough. So it's a very comfortable lifestyle, but then just things weren't looking forward to us in a long-term plan for my whole family. So we decided
there weren't like enough opportunities.
No opportunities to pursue what we wanted to do. Everything was really limited in my country. Politics is not the best over there, so that was gonna hinder us a lot. And then my dad being a lawyer, he makes some enemies, of course, like some people that wouldn't like him or
like want to kill him, or
not like that, but then just very like resentful people. So so that sums it up pretty much, just the pursuit of a better life, and then kind of our safety as well.
It wasn't exactly dangerous, but it was like there's not really a future in terms of what you guys like, what you wanted to do, or like your parents.
But the four of us, because it's my dad, my mom, and my sister. So it was not a stable future, because what we're gonna do after you leave high school and college, there's not much to do. There's really not much, no strive to better yourself, to push yourself forward, to better not only you but like society as a whole. So it was we were just stuck. It was a very stuck environment. that we figured out, okay, we need to if we really want to grow, if we really want to make a change, and if we really want to be somebody, we cannot do it here. We have to find different opportunities to do it.
Okay. And then where did you guys go?
We came to Long Island because my aunt and my grandma, like I said before, my aunt and my grandma, they lived here. They lived in New York, so it was the only choice really that we had to just start over, because we have that kind of like security that, okay, we know there's some relatives here, they could probably help us out a lot. Mm-hmm. So it was no choice, just Long Island.
And then you lived where in Long Island?
I lived in Freeport for
Freeport, okay.
5 years. 5
years. And then where did you go after that?
And then my dad being a minister, especially for the worship arts, back in my country, he met an old friend that they met years ago, maybe like 10, 12 years ago. So towards the end of high school, this pastor from Nebraska.
From Nebraska.
I just want to specify that. He called my dad and offered him
and where is Nebraska in relation to New York?
Is literally the middle of the country. So if you look at it on the map, it's just right there. Just like, Nebraska is just right there.
And they do nothing there. They grow corn. They have a lot of farms, and that's Middle East. The Midwest. It's not the Middle East. No, it's the Midwest. Everything's very, very slow out there. But
I can't confirm that. That's true. Well, they like football.
And corn
and
farms.
Yes.
So so you went there.
So my dad accepted the offer that the pastor gave him a vacancy for the worship's art, and then at that time period my sister was going to college, so it was only going to be my mom and dad and myself. So I finished high school over there. The remaining 2 years, I think. Yeah, 2 years of high school. And then my dad was just doing his work as a minister over there. And also my mom, she returned to college in Nebraska. She was able to get her degree as pursuing being a CNA.
What's that?
So certified nurse's assistant.
Certified nurse's assistant. Okay.
So which was a milestone for our whole family. Like my mom just taking this step to also pushing her intelligence, learning English more and further.
Okay.
We're also interacting in something as complicated as like the medical field.
Yeah, a lot of stuff to learn in the medical field.
So we're very proud that my mom went back to college and graduated, and now she's a CNA. And then my dad kept his work as a worship arts leader while I was just doing
So you moved back to New York?
So I always knew I was gonna go back to New York just after high school was done. So I go bye to my friends, I go back to my parents, and then return to New York.
In terms of learning the language, like how long did that take, and how did that feel at first when you first started learning?
So learning English, it is a subject in my country, but it's hilarious. It's probably like
it didn't teach you anything.
Less than elementary level. So we didn't have any like especially for like the public schools. There's very limited knowledge on how to teach English, so it's just if you learn English, you're very lucky over there. But then, like I said before, that we had a comfortable lifestyle. I went to a private American school.
Oh. So you were already
that were not fluent.
Oh, okay.
I was understanding the language. So think about it like this: if English was a subject for Spanish-speaking country, now going to an American school, Spanish was a subject now, and I was forced to just speak English all the time. So I was interacting with not only people from my country that had the opportunity to attend this privatized school, but also Americans, missionaries. They were running the school, so they will.
Okay, so
I was
at the
interacting.
school there were Americans.
There were American kids, American people. Yeah.
You could only speak English.
Speak English, but then they also had to take Spanish classes.
Interesting. So you didn't take those? You didn't take those Spanish.
Well, I took Spanish, but it was like a much different level of Spanish. It was like very formalized, very well emphasized in how you write it correctly, speak it correctly. I'd say much better than how I was in public schools, but then because it was literally the group of us Hispanics that had the opportunity to attend the school were bettering our skills in not only English but also Spanish. And also there were Koreans as well
in the American school.
In the American school. Yes, so they. Okay. I remember they were teaching. They gave a course in Korean that I wanted to take, but then I was like a couple grades lower, so they wouldn't let me. So
there's like a lot of Spanish speakers like Korean for some reason. I don't know why.
Probably. Well, it's for me because it's the easiest to learn than Japanese and Chinese. So.
Yeah, I might try it. Anyway, so you studied English in Nicaragua, and then you came here. So you were fine when you came here then.
I had a much advanced writing, understanding, and then speaking English abilities than the rest of the kids that were literally just walking from the border going to New York, not knowing English at all. Okay. But you know a funny story? They have this. Every school that has a lot of immigrant kids, they have ELA, so English Language Arts. Yeah. In which they separate them from the American kids that were born here, and they start from scratch teaching them English, how to write, count, and all of that. They put me in a class like that for like 3 days until they figured out that I had skill. I had like some knowledge of what I was doing, what I was saying. Yeah. So that was a lot to my advantage because then I was put with the rest of this English-speaking kids. And then you like got that was a good practice of speaking English to other kids, to white kids, to black kids, to Hispanic kids that were born here but really speak Spanish. So it was just like a mixture of like a lot of different English. Yes. English. Yeah, I'd say it like that. And then in Nebraska, the difference is that 90% of the population is white. So that really was a whole different level of speaking, learning, and writing English because there was no one that would speak Spanish. So it was mainly English. So that was a big advantage for me because I'm very self-conscious that I have an accent. you think I'm joking? It's like right. Oh, while we're talking, I'm just trying to say everything I want to say as clear as I can.
I mean, it's not like I can't understand you. It's not like
but like
it's not like you mean like border.
Yeah, but I want to say everything I can. I want to transmit as clear as I can. Yeah. So going over there to a mainly white population, it was like very helpful because there are certain words, certain phrases, certain ways that I said stuff in English that was corrected in many ways by just speaking English, strictly English.
Like, did you feel anxious about that?
No, it felt more a natural transition from you're on this level of speaking English, and then now you're here because you're only speaking English now. So only time I spoke Spanish was at home. From my parents. They were literally.
What about the guy?
What guy?
The guy who invited your dad.
He was American. They're all American. Just
I thought he was.
So just imagine. No. The church is white. Oh. And then my dad being Hispanic, you're like, yo, look at us.
I see. So that's a big story right there.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of learning. And like, how was that for your sister?
Because we went to the same school, so we had kind of like the similar upbringing of like transitioning from you're like here learning English to here you're speaking it much better than you are right now. Okay. But then she came to Nebraska and visited a couple times. But then most of the time she would just be in New York going to college. So like her English, she will probably most of the time be speaking English.
Oh, okay. So she's better. Is she better than you?
Sometimes.
Like the accent?
The accent, yeah. When I hear her over the phone or we're just talking to someone, just total different person.
So like, is that something you want to get rid of, or you don't care?
Not really. The biggest goal that I want to get is to transmit everything as I can, as clear as I can,
clear as possible.
As clear as exactly. See, like that. I get chewed up. I get chewed up with my own words. So.
Because I've seen some people, they want to like destroy their accent. They're like, no more accent. Like, there's like courses about just like getting rid of your accent. So like, do you think it's important to like get rid of it completely?
No.
Or no?
That's part of oneself. Like really, if you have the ability to learn two languages.
Oh my god, don't die.
That I won't. No,
don't die.
Not yet. But
we need more singles.
Coming soon, more singles.
More singles.
But having the ability to speak more than one language is such a big task, and it's that people really don't appreciate as much. Because the ability of translating and thinking and then writing and speaking two different languages is not easy.
It's like doing math.
But it's on the spot. On the spot. You gotta do it. Like, if I were to translate for my mom for the doctor, I have to at least know half of the stuff that's going on so that she gets the message correctly that, okay, you're not sick, or like.
But I thought your mom was good because she got the medical words.
No, but sometimes it chews her up. Like it does for me, like some of the English words. So, so it's always good, especially my mom now that she's getting older and stuff like that. So like, just like, mom, no, you're reading it wrong.
You want to say something to the people who are watching? I have currently 33 subscribers. That's 33.
Really?
So they're all Spanish speakers. So
Ajay, what? Ajay. It's learn more than one language is gonna open so many opportunities, so many doors
Puertas abiertas.
that you never thought you see yourself stepping into. The more people you communicate and expand to, the more, like I said before, just the more wide your view of the world becomes, and then you can be helping other people. You can be, like, for example, like how stuff you do, you write for screenplay.
Yeah.
So you can, I don't know, translate it if you want to shoot it in Spanish.
That's difficult, but I'll definitely get there.
So it's worth it. It's worth the investment. It's a long-term investment, learning more than one language.
Yeah. How do you feel now? Like, do you feel like it's just good? Like,
I need to speak it more, definitely. Well, now often when I'm just with my family, just speak more English. More Spanish than English.
Oh, okay.
Now that everything is online,
but like 1 to 10, like what is it for you? Like in your head?
I feel like a 7.5.
A 7? Really?
Yeah,
Why?
Well, there's the, like how I'm doing right now. I'm stuttering a little bit. I just want to break that. I just want to like have a clear mind of what I want to say. When I sing, I'm noticed that I'm extremely conscious of what I'm saying. If I'm saying it correctly, if I'm not saying it correctly. So wanna connecting it to how you sing in English, different from Spanish. That I started first in Spanish. It's like a piece of cake.
Is it like the vowels, like when you're trying to like sing?
It's the
like,
vowels,
oh, shoot,
it's the consonant, especially the R's and the S. So it's still a lot of work. It's a work in progress singing in English, but we'll get there.
Well, his single, this man's single is out on where?
Everywhere now, on SoundCloud. Apple Music, Spotify. If you use any of the lesser mainstream platforms, it's there. So.
And what's it called again?
It's called Cold Water.
Cold what?
Cold water.
I don't know. I want you to enunciate it.
Cold water.
Cold water. So yeah, listen to his single Cold Water. I'm going to put it in the description. Let me see if that was good though. What's up, guys? It's Jai from MY, and I hope you like this video. I'm editing it right now. As you can see, I'm very tired. But I hope you enjoyed, and have a good morning, good afternoon, and good night. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.